Hey everyone, Sarah here from Growing Home and Garden. Today I'm back in front of my grow lights because I have just started all of the seeds that fall in the range of being sown 4 to 6 weeks before last frost indoors. I'm going to show you how I started all of those seeds, but at first I wanted to give you a little bit of a peek. It's the weekend now. I started these on probably Wednesday night, and there are some things that are already coming up, which is really exciting. So I wanted to give you a sneak peek at that. Really, the only things that have come up for me are zinnias. And these are a few different zinnia varieties. They're all coming up at the same time, and it's so satisfying to see these little sprouts poking out of the soil. It just, always makes you feel like you're doing something right when they're actually coming out of the soil. Not so much for some other of the seeds that I have planted, but it's only been a few days, so I would say that the zinnias are kind of an anomaly in that they come up fairly early. But if you want something satisfying when you're starting your seeds, go for zinnia flower seeds if you want to see something poke out of the soil really early. So that was a bit of a sneak peek into the future. Let's go back a few days to when I started these seeds. For this first flat of seeds that I'm going to be sowing, I'm putting these smaller biodegradable seed trays within a larger plastic seed tray base. And I really like to do this combination. That's because it's really easy to snap on a humidity dome onto the top when I have this plastic base. I am filling up the seed trays with my organic seed starting mix. This one is a quite lofty mix that makes it really easy for the seeds to poke out when they're ready. I'm also trying to push down the seed starting mix a little bit firmly into the seed tray's cells so that there isn't any extra room when I water in that makes the soil level really go down significantly. And then I do give a light water and pat down again. So now I have my seed starting mix all set up. It is pre-moistened and packed nicely, firmly, but not too tightly. First up, I'm planting globe amaranth. I am growing globe amaranth mostly for the purpose of drying it. This is the pastel mix of globe amaranth from Floret, and then I also have a sunset mix and a pack of white as well. So I'm incredibly excited about globe amaranth because it's one of the things that I'm hoping I will have an abundance of, because I am hoping to sell some of the dried flowers in my Growing Home and Garden shop, which should be launching here coming up in May. And then the dried flowers should be all ready for you by this coming fall. I'm very excited to be able to share a piece of my garden with you in the Growing Home and Garden shop. And then next up, I am growing some dahlias from seed. You can also grow dahlias from tubers, but from seed is a very economical way to do this. It costs less than tubers, so I'm going to do both dahlia seeds and a couple of tubers in my garden to get a wide variety of dahlias this year. And then we have some zinnias. This is the Lilliput mix, again from Floret. Very striking colors in this mix. Next is Bennery's Giant, which has some larger blooms. And then moving on to a new seed tray that I actually had previously planted but had some remaining spots. This is Zinderella Peach. I love the color on this one. And then we have Oklahoma Ivory, and this is a color that is this ivory white antique color that I think would look really beautiful in almost any bouquet paired with any color, but really add that antique flavor. And then continuing on, we have the Little Flower Girl mix. These colors in this mix look antique almost to me as well. They are pinks and purples, but they're more muted in color. I think they'd look great with the Oklahoma Ivory. And then starting up a new seed tray. This is the self-watering seed tray from Gardener's Supply. If you saw my seed tour recently, I'll link it up above. You'll know that I am using a couple of these trays already, and I haven't quite gotten the hang of knowing which seedlings do well with this constant watering and which do not. So I'm still learning on this seed tray, but here I'm planting up some celosia. I'm planting 2 different packets of celosia, again, mostly to dry and have for you in the Growing Home and Garden shop. And then next up we have some nasturtium, and typically I believe you would soak nasturtium seeds before planting them, and I totally did not do that. They are coming up nonetheless. And then I was gifted this packet of snapdragons, and you typically start snapdragons a little bit earlier. I started the rest of my snapdragons earlier, but since I just got these, I wanted to start them up indoors as soon as I could. And then I'm just prepping up my last few seed trays. I'm planting a couple different kinds of basil here from Floret, and these are mostly meant to be fillers for arrangements. But then I also do have a packet here of sweet Thai basil, and those will be for eating. And then I also have some straw flowers from Floret that I'm planting, again, mostly to dry and share with you in the Growing Home and Garden shop. And finally, some beautiful morning glories. Thank you all so much for watching. I will certainly keep you posted on the growth of these seeds on my Instagram, link down below, and here on YouTube. So don't forget to subscribe. Thanks so much.